Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello creators and engineers. Welcome back to Civil 53 Next. In our previous video we covered how to start a new project in AutoCAD, explore the AutoCAD user interface and dived into the draw list. Let's quickly review what we have learned so far. Here we are. As we said before, when you start AutoCAD for the first time you will be greeted with this screen. Your previously opened project will be displayed over here, but we are going to start a fresh one by clicking on Start a new project. Here it is. This is the AutoCAD user interface. As we said, the shortcut for the command line is L. Type L, enter or space. Now all you need to do is just specify your first point, left click. Now specify your next point, left click. If you want to end command, press escape. Again type L, enter or space, specify your first point, left click. As we can see, the number which is highlighted by blue color represents the length of the line, and the number which is in the gray box represents the angle of the line from the horizontal axis. Now all you need to do is just specify your next point, left click. Next point, left click. Similarly, if you want to end command, press on escape. The shortcut for the command polyline is PL. Type PL, enter or space, specify your first point, left click. Next point, next point, next point, and if you want to end command, press on escape. The difference between polyline and line is that polyline selected as one object, line selected as an individual members. To remove selection, press escape. The shortcut for the command circle is C. Type C, enter or space. All you need now, just specify the center point of the circle, left click. Now we need to specify the radius of the circle. This highlighted blue number represents the radius of the circle. So let's say this is our radius, or else you can type it. Let's type 5, enter. So we got a circle of radius 5. Now let's talk about arc command. The shortcut for arc command is A. Type A, enter or space, specify your first point, next point. Here we got, this is our arc. Now we need to specify our end point of the arc. The shortcut for the command rectangle is REC. Type REC, enter or space. As we said, if you want to draw a rectangle with a specific section, first left click. So we specified our first corner point. Now all we need to do is just press on shift at, then enter the dimensions. So let's say it's of length 6, and the width is 5 or 10. Let's type it 10. Enter or space. So we got a rectangle with specific dimensions, 6 into 10. The shortcut for the command ellipse is EL. Type EL, enter or space. Now specify your access point. This is our access end point, this is our other end point, and this is the distance from axis to axis. The last command we talked about it was hatch. The shortcut for the command hatch is H. Type H, enter or space. From here you can select the pattern. Let's select this one, point. Let's say this is, we want to hatch this point, this area. Press here. As we can see, it just looks like two lines. From here you can change the scale, 0.2, enter, and here it is. In order to end the command, close hatch creation. Now in today's video we are moving forward to explore an exciting new topic, the modify list. So let's dive in. This is what we have learned about draw list in the previous video. If you want, link in description. So now let's talk about modify list. It consists of the following commands: move, copy, stretch, rotate, mirror, scale, trim and extend, fillet, array, erase, explode, and offset. First we will start with the command move. Go to modify list. From here select move, left click. So now let's say that you want to move this object, so select the object, left click. Now you need to confirm selection, right click. So by this you have confirmed your selection. Now it's asking you to specify a base point. So let's say you want to move this object from this point, left click. You want to press it here, left click. The shortcut for the command move is M. Type M, enter or space, select the object, left click. To confirm selection, right click. Now specify the base point. So let's say that this is our base point, left click. As we can see that there is a number which is highlighted by blue color. By moving my hand, this number keeps changing. This number represents the distance that the object will move from the base point. So if you want to move the object at a specified distance from this point, just type the distance that you want. So let's say it's 10, type 10, enter or space. Now again type M, enter or space, select the object, left click, confirm selection, right click. So let's specify our base point. Let's say this is our base point, left click. If you want to move the object in this direction, all you need just to specify the direction by moving the cursor towards the direction that you want. So let's say that you want to move it to this direction at distance 5, type 5, enter or space. Again type M, enter or space, select the object, left click, confirm selection, right click. Now let's specify our base point. Let's say this time this is our base point, the center of the ellipse, left click. The number which is highlighted by blue color represent the distance from the base point, and the number which is in the gray box represent the angle from the horizontal axis. So let's say that you want to move this object at fixed angle from horizontal axis. Press shift comma, type your angle. Let's say we want it to be at 60 degree from horizontal axis, enter or space. As we can see, this yellow dotted line now is at an angle 60 degree from the horizontal axis. Now we want it to be here, let's say at this distance, left click. The last thing we will be talking about in command move is that if you want to move multiple objects, type M, enter or space. So select your first object, left click. Now do not just click on right click to confirm selection. First select all the objects that you want to move. So this is our second object, left click, left click. Now to confirm selection, right click. Now specify your base point. You can specify any base point you want. Let's say that this is our base point, left click. As we can see, all of them move at the same time from the same base point. Let's game them as specify distance with a specify angle. Press shift plus comma. We want them to be at 45 degree from horizontal axis, 45, enter. Now let's enter the distance. See, as we can see now it's at 45 degree. In this way or this way. Type 5, enter. The second command we will be talking about is copy. Go to modify list, click on copy. Now select the object that you want to make a copy of. So select this one, left click to confirm selection, right click. Now specify the base point. So let's say this is our base point, left click. Now move the cursor towards the place where you want to place your new copy. Let's say we want it to be here, left click. Automatically a new line command will start. If you want, you can left click. If you want to end command, press escape. The shortcut for the command copy is CO, type CO, enter or space, select the object that you want. To confirm selection, right click. Let's specify our base point. Let's say that this is our base point, left click. As we said, the number which is highlighted by blue color represent the distance from the base point, and the number in gray box represent the angle from horizontal axis. So for now, let's just press it here, left click. To end command, press escape. The last thing we will be talking about in command copy is that if you want to copy multiple objects at the same time, type CO, enter or space. So let's say you want to copy this one, left click, and this one, left click. To confirm selection, right click. Now specify your base point. Let's say this is our base point, the center of this ellipse. Specify your next point where you want to place the copies, left click. To end command, press escape. The third command we will be talking about is stretch. Go to modify list, here it is. Left click to select. Now all you need to do is just to select an object that you want to stretch. So let's say that you want to stretch this object. In order for the stretch command to work with you, you need to select the object using a crossing window selection. Crossing window selection means that you need to click, not to click on the object itself, you need to click somewhere on this drawing area space. So left click, and this is our selection window. You must make sure that the crossing window must include at least one vertex or end point. So let's say this is our end point, left click. Now to confirm selection, right click. Now specify your base point. So let's say this is our base point, left click. The shortcut for the command stretch is S, type S, enter or space. So if you select the object this way, left click, did right click to confirm selection, then you specify your base point, left click, the stretch command won't work. It works as if you are doing just move command, left click. So in order to work, just type S, enter or space. As we said, click here on the drawing area space, left click. By this green window selection, select one vertex at least, left click. To confirm selection, right click. Now specify the base point, left click. Here it is, left click. This time we will be selecting two vertex. So type S, enter or space. So this is our first. You should not select by this blue window, you should select by this green window. So now we have the two vertex are selected, left click. To confirm, right click. Now specify our base point. Let's say this is our base point, left click. The fourth command we will be talking about is rotate. Go to modify list, here it is. left click. Now let's say that you want to rotate this object, left click. To confirm selection, right click. The same thing, you need to specify your base point. So let's say this is our base point, left click. Now by moving my hand, you can see that we can, so let's say we wanted to add like this, left click. The shortcut for the command rotate is arrow, type arrow, enter or space. Now select the object. To confirm, right click, specify the base point. Let's say this is our base point, left click. If you want a specified angle from the base point, all you need just to type the angle you want, 45, enter. So we got it at 45 degrees from the base point that we specified. The fourth command we will be talking about is mirror. To select, left click, select the object, left click. To confirm, right click. Now all you need to do is just to specify the mirror line. So let's say this is our first point of the mirror and this is our second point, left click. So it's asking you that you want the source object or no. For now we will keep the source object, so select no. The shortcut for the command mirror is mi, type mi, enter or space. So let's select this object, left click. To confirm selection, right click. Now all you need to specify the first point of the mirror line. So let's say this is our first point, left click, second point, left click. This time we will erase the source object, select yes. The sixth command we will be talking about is scale. From modify list, select scale, left click. Now select the object. So let's select this one, left click. Now to confirm selection, right click. Specify the base point. Remember that always enlarge means away from the base point, reduce means towards the base point. So let's say this is our base point, left click. Now if you want to enlarge the object, just move away from the base point. And if you want to reduce, just move towards the base point. So for now let's enlarge it this way. You can specify by cursor or else you can type the distance you want. This distance is represented by the blue color. It's also represented by the dotted yellow line. So now let's say this is the distance, left click. So as we can see, it becomes bigger. The shortcut for the command scale is SC, type SC, enter or space. Now select the object, left click. To confirm, right click. So specify the base point. So let's say this is our base point, left click. As we said, moving away, enlarge, moving towards, reduce. So we want to make it smaller, so move towards the base point, left click. The seventh command we will be talking about is erase. To select, left click. So let's say that you want to remove this object. By moving my cursor on the object, as you can see, it becomes like X and it becomes lighter. So left click. Now to confirm selection, right click. There is no shortcut for the command erase, or else you can just type ER and then select it from here, erase. Now select the object that you want to remove, left click. So let's say you want to remove more than one object, select this one, left click. Now to confirm, right click. The eighth command we will be talking about is exclude. So before we start with that command, I just want to show you one thing. So when we select this, it's selected as one object. So now press escape to remove selection. So from modify list, select exclude. Now select the object that you want to exclude. So let's say this one, left click. To confirm, right click. Now when you select this object, it's gonna be selected as individual members. There is no shortcut for the command exclude, but you can type EX and then select it from here, exclude. So this one was selected as one object, so select it. Now right click. Now it becomes as individual members. The ninth command we will be talking about is offset. From modify list, select offset, left click. Now it's asking us to specify offset distance. So as we can see that, specify the distance. The offset distance is like a gap between two objects, and here in the highlighted blue we can see that it's true. If you are not sure about the distance that you want to give, then use true. For now, let's say that you don't know the distance, just click on enter or space, press enter or space. Now select the object that you want to offset, so let's say this line, left click. As we can see, the number which is highlighted by blue color represents the distance. Now let's say this is our distance, left click. The offset command is still on. To end command, press escape. The shortcut for the command offset is O, type O, enter or space. This time we will give it a specific distance or a specified distance, so type 5, enter. So let's say this is our object, left click. Left click, so we got it at 5 distance. To end command, press escape. So we will do it one more time, type O, enter or space. This time you don't know the distance, so from here select T or through, or else you can type T, enter. Then select the object that you want to offset, left click. Move the cursor, let's say at this distance, left click. Let's do it for this one, left click. Let's say at distance 2, type 2, enter. To end command, press escape. The 10th command we will be talking about is trim and extend. From modify list, here we have trim. If we click on this small arrow, you can see extend. So let's start with trim, selected. Now it's asking you to select an object to trim. Now select the object that you want to trim. So for example, if you want to trim this line, just hover on it and left click. Similarly, you can do for anything that you want to trim. Now let's say that press escape to end command. The shortcut for the command trim is TR, type TR, enter or space. Now select the object that you want to trim. To end command, press escape. Now let's talk about extend. Go to modify list, click on this small arrow and select extend. Now all you need to do, just select object to extend. So let's say that you want to extend this one to this one. So select on, hover to this one and left click. Left click, left click. Press escape to end command. The shortcut for the command extend is EX, type EX, enter or space. Now let's extend this line. Let's extend this line. You can come here. To zoom in, just by the middle button mouse. You can zoom in and out. So now press escape to end command. So type TR, enter or space. Now let's say that you want to trim this one, left click. Now let's say that you want to shift from trim to extend, just press on shift and then hover to the line that you want to extend, it will be extended. Left click. Now release shift, you can trim. See, I will show you now again. Hover to the line, now it's trim. Press on shift, it's gonna be extended. Left click. So that's it, all about trim and extend. To end command, press escape. The 11th command we will be talking about is fillet, chamfer and blend curve. So here on modify list you have fillet, click on this small arrow, fillet, chamfer, blend curve. First we will start with the command fillet. So selected. So here we have these individual lines. Select the first object, left click, select the second object, left click. As we can see that there is nothing happened here because of the radius. So again, activate the fillet command. The shortcut for that, type F, enter or space, go to command line and from here select the radius, or else you can type R because it's highlighted by blue color. Select radius. So as we can see now the radius is 0, so give it a value of 1. Type enter. Now select the first object, left click, select the second object. Left click. As we can see, now it's working. Again type F, enter or space. Now give it a radius of 0, enter, select the first object, select the second object, left click. So I want to show you one thing. These two lines were individual. Now with the command polyline PL, enter or space, we will draw the same lines. Just want to show you the difference. Now press escape to end command. This one now is one object, so type F, enter, select give it a radius of 1, enter, select the first object, select the second object. Now again type F, enter, give it a radius of 0, select the first object, select the second object. As we can see here, the curve is removed, but here is still there. Because these were individual members, but this one was one object. Now the second command we will be talking about is chamfer. So go to home tab, modify list, fillet, select chamfer. The same thing, let's say select the first object, second object, nothing happened. The shortcut for the command chamfer is CHA, type CHA, enter or space. From the command line, give it a distance, so let's select on distance. Give the first distance to be 1, enter. Second distance, let's assume it's also 1, enter. Now select the first object, select the second object. Now again type CHA, enter. Let's do it with this one, which is individual lines. Select the first line and second line. So let's delete this one, click on it, press on delete. Now to understand what does it mean by distance that we have entered, so type CHA, enter or space. Here we can see that distance and we have entered the value is 1. So press escape, I'll show you. Now let's draw a line, type L, enter. Here, press escape. Now type EX, enter or space, extend this one and extend this one. So both lines got crossed here. Now from dimension tool, click on dimension. You can measure this one, you will find that it's 1, which is the first distance. Here also it's 1, which represents the second distance. This is what does it mean by distance. Press escape. Now the last command we will be talking about it here is blend curve. Click on this small arrow, select blend curves. Just select the first object. Let's say this is our first object. Now let's select our second object. Let's say this is our second object. Left click. There is no shortcut for the command blend. Just type blend. Now select the first object, left click, select the second object, left click. This is how it works. The last command we will be talking about it in modify list is array. So we have here rectangular array, path array and polar array. First we will start with rectangular array. To select, left click. We need a line, so press escape. Let's draw a line. This is our line. Now go to modify list, array and select rectangular array. So select the object, left click. To confirm selection, right click. Array creation window will appear. As you can see here, the type is rectangular array, column, rows, levels. Levels is related to 3D. We will not be talking about it now, we will be talking about it later on. For today we will be talking only about column and rows. So here you can see columns, number of columns. So let's say that you need 5 columns, type 5, enter. So we got 5 columns. If we zoom out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here in rows, you can see the number of rows, which is 1, 2, 3. We will make it 1. So from here, change it to 1. For now, press enter. Now we have only 1 row and 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one represents the distance between the columns. So for here, it's 4.9. So the distance between these two lines, 4.9, 4.9. And here it's represent the total distance from this one to this one. So let's give it a distance of, for example 6, type 6, enter. Automatically this one will be changed. Let's do it one more time. So type 8, enter. As you can see, now it becomes 32. So the distance here is 8 and the total distance is 32. Now let's say that you want 2 rows, so type here 2, enter. This one represents the distance between these 2 rows. So let's say that it's a distance of 8, enter. Similarly, the total distance will be automatically calculated, 9, enter. So if we change this to 3, type 3, enter. So this one will be changed because it's calculated the distance from this one to this one. To end command, press escape. Now let's talk about path array. So on array, click on this small arrow and select path array. Path array works on circles. So we need to draw a line here. Press escape to end command. Line, Let's draw a line here, left click. Now from array, select path array, click on it. To confirm selection, right click. Now select the curve, let's select this one, our path curve, let's click. Similarly, the same things, we have rows and labels. Labels related to 3D, we will be talking only about rows. So for now we have only one row and the distance is 10, so let's give it of 2 rows, type 2, enter. So you can see it's here now, 3 rows, enter. And this one represents the distance between the rows from here to here. So let's give it a distance of, let's say 15, enter. And this one represents the distance inside the circle, inside this curve. So let's say it is 2, type 2, enter. This one will be automatically calculated similarly with this one. Now to end command, press escape. The last command we will be talking about is polar array. Select, let's select a line, let's select this one, left click. To confirm selection, right click. Now it's asking you to specify the center point. So let's say this is our center point, left click. So we got this 6 lines. From here you can change the number of items. Let's say they are 10, type 10, enter. Let's say the distance is 20, type 20, enter. Here is the number of rows. Let's say we have 4 rows, enter. This one, the distance between the rows, and this one automatically will be calculated. Levels is related to 3D. In order to end command, press escape or click on this close arrow. So by this we have completed part 1 of this tutorial. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this tutorial because it literally took me days to combine my knowledge into these 2 videos. So if you did enjoy it, please like the video or leave a comment below.